Welcome back, guys. Today we're gonna talk about the most unique build here in bloxfruits. Not necessarily the strongest build in bloxfruits, but probably the most unique that you will see. And yeah, let's get this video started. Alright, so this isn't necessarily the strongest build in bloxfruits. I wouldn't really say it is, but in my opinion, it's the most unique build and has the capacity to be very strong, maybe even the strongest. So let's take a look at some of the basic builds. You got the bloxfruit build right here. Then if you reset bloxfruits and put in sword, that would be a sword build. If you put the 2600 in gun, that would be a gun build. But then you have other unique builds, right? Like if, for example, if I refund my stat like this, and then I spread my stat points out, like maybe reduce my defense to something less than like 100, maybe have less than 1000 defense, so that I would have more stats in melee, sword, gun, and bloxfruits, but then have very low defense. That's gonna be called the glass cannon build. Then you can also do hybrid builds where you're gonna have less melee or less defense or less sword, and then spread that out, right? But you're gonna get less damage. However, this build is very unique in a way that you can actually get very decent damage as a hybrid build without having to sacrifice a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna show you how to start it out real quickly first. Alright, so one thing that you need to know is that melee is important, right? Melee needs to be relatively high. So I'll put at least 1000 in melee right now because I need that to go to Tiki Outpost. Because what I'm gonna be showing you right now requires you to have a few stuff. Now right here, as you guys can see, I'm in the Dragon Tile stage, and I think you guys already know where I'm gonna be going with this one. So if I go check the enchantments of my gun, I have Strong Grip right here, which is actually the enchantment that you need. But then other enchantments like Agile can also be very good. Piercing, the Vampiric, these are also all very good enchants. But the one that you really need is Strong Grip, because if you go take a look at this one right here, damage scales with 40% of your melee stat and 60% of your gun stat, which means if I just have 40% of 2600 on my melee and 60% on my gun stat, I can have the full damage of gun without having to lose that much. So basically, I only need 60% of stats on gun to get the full 100% damage, something like that, right? Now, it's not necessarily the full 100% of damage, because I think that's not how the math works, but it's enough to get a decent amount of damage. Now, imagine something like this, right? Imagine if you have 60% on your sword, and then also on your gun, and then also like 80% on your defense, something like that. So let's actually do the math real quick. So if you go take a look at it right here, 2600 times 60% equals 1560, right? So 1560 is the amount of stats we're gonna need on both our gun and sword. So sword and gun, then you have 3677 yet. Still, you're gonna need to put that all on defense, and then you still have 1078. Now here, you only need like 80% actually for your energy, times 80% in my opinion. So I'll be around 2080. So you could still put something like probably put the remainder here honestly, and that'll be 2079 because there's still one stat of blocks. So this right here is a very unique build, because if you have also strong grip on your sword, you can have a very high damage, right? So right here, if I equip my Shark Anchor, I can have very high damage in my sword because it has strong grip. So if I go right now to Turtle Mansion and damage some NPCs right here, like this one right here, for example, I do that. That's 2123, right? 2123 right there, and then this one right here is 2275. So again, alright, so I'm gonna be hitting my friend right here with the Shark Anchor with these unique stats. So if I hit him right here, that's gonna be like 2229, and he also has hockey on, so 2229. With this one, it's 2309. So I'm gonna reset my stats. We're not gonna put anything into stats, but we're gonna put a lot into our defense already. Again, defense has to be maxed out, okay? You do not want to have very low defense, okay? Especially against fighting higher bounty enemies. Do this. It's only 843 damage, right? 843, and this one right here has 837. Now, when I put the other stats in sword that I need, which based on this computation right here is 2600 times 60%, so 1560. I need to put 1560 stats right here. 1560 stats on my sword. I'll just try that one more time with this one. So 2,809 damage, which was the damage that we saw earlier. Then with this one right here, it's 2,229 again. So again, you can see that from very low damage, like around 800 and stuff like that, to somewhere around 2,229 damage. So what would happen if I put like a lot of the stats, like more stats into sword, maxing it out? How much damage would it increase? So it would increase only by a few hundred. As you guys can see right there, it increased only by a few hundred. Now what if I max out my sword as my melee as well? Yeah, as you guys can see right there, it went up to 3,093. Right, 3,093. Because again, now if I apply the gun by the way does have the strong grip enchant, it would have 1,800 damage right there, as you guys can see. So as you guys can see right there, that's 1,400, but this is 0 stats into gun. Now I will be applying the perfect hybrid stats or the unique hybrid stats again, and then try and PvP one other guy, that guy. Alright, so the stats will look something like this. So I'll talk to this gun right here. I'll be find the stat points, and then I'll go to stats right here. And then I'll put first, we have to max out defense, which we will. And then we're gonna have to get around 2,078 into melee. And then around 1,560 for sword and gun. Yeah, 1,559 for sword, then gun. Then we still have like 2 stat points left. So I think I'll just apply it to melee right there. Then we will have a decent amount of damage right now. So for the remainder of the video, I will be PvPing both of the guys on my server. So it will be a 2v1. One of them will be using Yeti, one of them will be using Dragon Fruit, and I'll be using this hybrid build. So yeah, this is going to be quite a crazy PvP because they're both using the strongest fruits in the game. So let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, an easy counter to that would probably be an easy counter to that, I bet, would probably be something like, yeah, would be B4 for sure. Like an easy counter to that would be B4. Yeah, but I don't have B4 if I remember correctly yet. I have to get B4 before any one of them does, because if they do, I'm cooked. Yeah, I'm cooked. If they actually get B4 before I do, I'm gonna be cooked, dude. Okay, so by the way, this is using the same stats earlier that I used. Okay, now they're cooked. Right, now they are cooked. So now they are absolutely cooked, dude. Okay, now they are gonna be cooked. Okay, so I can't really use this that much. I don't know how to use it that much, but I don't really care that much because, ooh, yeah, that damage is crazy. He's annoying as crap. And okay, they activated their okay, somebody activated that. Okay, this is a 2v1 by the way. Alright, should be it with that guy. Hard. 2v1s are hard, especially with a Yeti. Okay, that one's dead. Okay, this one right here needs to just I just need to get this one out here. Draconic Cascade, Typhoon Toss. Yeah, by the way, I forgot I still have like another HP, so even if I die here, it won't really matter if I die because I can resurrect with like 2 times HP. Yeah, there we go. So killed both of them, and they're both 2 times HP. So I mean, they're both healing. So yeah, GG's. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much dead. So yeah, with that, all of your attacks can have pretty high damages. You're missing out on just like a few hundred damage. But since all of your moves can be spammed, it's like really good. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the most unique build in bloxfruits. I feel like there's a unique build that everybody should try. Yeah, it's gonna be it. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one.